Today I will share, or maybe later we can discuss about it, about the theme of urban farming architecture, and then how does it fall for sustainable our sustainable living. Okay. Well, in the beginning, I will try to kind of brainstorm of my vision about urban farming architecture. Well, then architectural works so not only displaying visual beauty from its aesthetic forms, compositions, balance, or also its structural robustness and functions according to its use. But it is hoped that these architectural works can also provide benefits as well as a means of education and expression for its users and also to the future generations to anticipate various global issues in the long term. In the next slide, I will show you some quite nice image of my country, yeah, Indonesia. But I think some of you guys, I think not all of in the part of the world, I think, of course, in each country they have kind of a beautiful scenic or kind of place that more natural or something. So wait, it's quite long. Sorry. Uh, excuse me. Maybe I will share from PDF, not from PowerPoint. I will share this later.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is what I mean. Yeah, but actually this is not too far from Jakarta. It's in Padalarang, Indonesia. I think around 90 or 100 kilometers from Jakarta, and quite close with Bandung. Bandung actually is around about 120 kilometers from Jakarta. So I wrote it. Is it land of paradise? Yeah, if you can see, and then if you watch kind of Avengers Endgame movies, that this kind of place is like some place that Thanos hide, yeah, after they beat all the Avengers, yeah, kind of with paradise fields and really really beautiful. And what I want to say, actually, there is in this kind of place, there is still no kind of physical intervention, yeah, from the human beings. That is really natural, really green, really natural. But then actually this is what happened, this kind of phenomenon that actually we face, yeah, about not actually exactly in the urban city center, but kind of some place like in the rural kind of peri-urban area or suburban area. They face this kind of phenomenon, yeah. So one of the global issues that want to be raised is the threat of the food crisis, which is predicted to be a challenge for the next generations. With the growth of the human population on this earth, it has resulted in an increase in basic needs that must be fulfilled and surmounted, such as food and, of course, shelter needs. The needs for housing resulted in a vast allocation of land with limited land and the increasing land value in urban areas. Many residential areas have spread towards the outskirts, yeah, of the city, kind of suburban area or peri-urban, and even two peri-urban areas, which are the outer boundaries of the rural areas. Yeah, we can see, and I think in many developing or but also in developed countries somewhere, yeah, sometimes if in the peri-urban area they face like kind of a phenomenon like this, that the rice field suddenly change, become housing, become a hotel, become kind of shop house, yeah, in Indonesia, or workshop or anything. So if you can see, the jual cepat means for sale. So I think the owner want to have kind of quick or fresh money, yeah? And then they just want to sell it. But then actually this is what happened, yeah. As city grow, this in Jakarta, You can see the urban area in 1976 only like in this kind of not really large here. I think in the north and center of Jakarta, and then in 1984 it's like this, and then 2004. This is actually like 16 years ago, 17 years ago. It's already been like kind of amoebic spread, something like that. So as it grows, often accompanied by the uncontrolled of planning for cities and its agglomeration of areas in the suburban areas. Many lands have changed their function due to the absence of regulations regarding spatial planning in the area. Agricultural and plantation areas in a short time turn into areas with different functions, which sometimes for business reasons, and then easily change its function into commercial areas, residential areas, etc. So this is also one place in Jakarta that we can see about the uncontrolled urban planning initiative like this. For example, you know, in the right side of in this picture, you can see that it's really crowded, and maybe in some points there is some slum area, yeah. But then in the middle, there is really ordered, it's already been ordered, designed, and I believe it is owned by the private, yeah, by developer or private developer, something like that. But then in the left side, we can see there is some extreme condition that this is still vacant, still empty, and well, we don't know about the condition. Is it there is some problem, yeah, about the ownership or something, or maybe they just leave it like that. So we can see in just this kind of not really big area, yeah, but there is kind of three different categories of urban sprawl. Yeah, you know, this kind of urban explosion that we already faced it, yeah. In the statistic that in 1950 there is only 30% human occupation in urban area, but then in 2003 it's already like almost half of the population of human in the world is already live in urban area. And then it's predicted, yeah, I think not far from now, it's like 9 years from now, yeah, the human population will be 60% in the world, yeah, I mean in urban area. And the majority is in Asia. You can see, yeah, in the East Asia, like Japan, Korea, China, and then in the Southeast, yeah, like also Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, yeah, I think in Singapore as well, and the South of Asia as well, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and etc. So 27 megacities, half of them, more than half of them is in Asia. And we can see the impact as well, the rise of global temperature and carbon dioxide. You can see it from the 1880 to 2017, carbon dioxide and the temperature already like increased extremely. And what is the impact? You know, with only half a degree of warming makes a big difference. You can see, yeah, this is about extreme heat, yeah. Global population exposed to severe heat at least once every 5 years, yeah. And species we lost, for example, plants that lost at least half of their range with increase of one half degree Celsius. It will the plant will be lost like 8%. With a 2 degrees Celsius, the plants will be lost like 16%. And then more than in 2 degrees Celsius, it will twice worse. Yeah. Also the insects. Yeah. Also the crop yields. Yeah. For example, maize. Yeah. It will impact kind of worse, really worse there. And then we talk also about global food crisis. Actually, it's also related, you know, with the human occupation, uh, 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 you know, the uncontrolled urban sprawl like that in the background that I explained. Yeah, with the diminishing agricultural land due to urban expansion, it is serious threat that has occurred throughout the world, especially in developing and poor countries that do not have clear and firm spatial planning regulations. the limited agricultural and plantation land will make it difficult to get food sources for people, especially those living in urban areas. The threat of the food crisis has actually become a global issue that must be anticipated by all sectors from various fields of science and work. Yeah, this is the news actually last year. Yeah, when the pandemics. Yeah, from the Guardian, world faces worst food crisis for at least 50 years. UN already warns. Yeah, UN already warns. And then this is the data is actually is quite a long time ago, 2010, 2011, about wheat and rice prices. Yeah, countries where prices are already increasing. You can see that the country that with red color, dark red color, is already like over 30% increase. For example, Argentina, Indonesia as well, Mongolia, and then some of place is in Africa. So this is about rising food prices, yeah, and their impact on hungry people around the world. You can see some country already suffer from this rising food prices. Yeah, it's rice like 102%, wheat like 115%, maize 204% from 2005 to 2011. And then when we talk about SDGs, so with this background, an architects should also be more sensitive actually about these issues or discourses that are currently developing or in the future, especially regarding the food crisis. Architects should have started thinking about how to anticipate this food crisis issue by conducting various research and their application in architectural work, building, or other environment. Yeah, well, actually, there are like 17 SDGs, but then if we relate with architecture or urban design, actually maybe only like, yeah, this is the point, this is the number of the SDGs that quite relate with architecture. For example, number 3, good health and well-being. Yeah, number 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Yeah, number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Number 12, and etc. Climate. Number 13 also quite important, climate action. Number 15, life on land. 17, partners of the goals. But then I tried to add one more SDGs, actually number 2, about zero hunger. That probably, yeah, I won't say that all of architects quite ignore about this issue, but I think at the moment only like a few architects that concerned about the zero hunger issue, about the food security. So I think by that way, architects can also play a role in overcoming global problems and achieving one of the 17 SDGs, yeah, namely number 2, zero hunger. So this, as we can see, this is data from the World Green Building, yeah, Council, yeah, about building consumption. Building consumption is like 35% energy, yeah, and 12% of water, and it produces 25% of waste and 40% of greenhouse gas emissions. So maybe I will, because last time Dr. Nirmal explained explain a little bit about my background, that I one of the initiator for the community movement called Indonesia Berkebun, or literally Indonesia Gardening. So some architects and some other colleagues, not from the architecture field, try to initiate some kind of movement about urban farming. So as I think I can say that planting is human basic survival skill. You know, our ancestor before, yeah, when they try to get some food, they will hunt the animals, but also plant some crops, or yeah, of course, some vegetable or something. So I believe that genetic or kind of DNA, what I can say, actually we still have it, but maybe if because we are right now live in the urban area, already born in city, sometimes we never touch the soil, sometimes we never plant, yeah, we never plant or yeah, just make our hand dirty with soil. But I think that genetic is still inside us. I believe that. So planting is human a basic survival skill. Yeah. So this is the logo of Indonesia Berkebun. I will share some a little bit story for Indonesia Berkebun. Actually, this start from the conversation and discussion via social media, Twitter. Yeah, in October 2010, 2010. Yeah, by Pak Ridwan Kamil. He's also quite famous architect, Indonesian architects. But now he already run for the governor of West Java, or Jawa Barat. But at that time, he's still as an architect and urban designer. And then he asked via Twitter to ask everyone, to okay, let's we discuss about, yeah, we call it that time U Farm. It's not Indonesia Berkebun yet. U Farm, yeah. You can see that the date is 5 October in 2010. And then after we discuss in the social media, then we make kind of an offline gathering. We meet each other and then discuss it. So this is our first pilot project. It's in Spring Hill Residence in Jakarta. Yeah, actually we got land, yeah, by some developers that they want to build some hotel at that moment. It's still vacant. So, and this is the existing conditions like this. There are many garbage, trash, or ruins of the building and everything. So some of the workers just throw the trash or throw the ruins over there because still empty. But then we try to approach to the developer. Can we use this? Can we borrow it? So actually we just borrow. So we didn't get the land, but we just borrow it. Can we borrow it? And then we try to clean it up, everything. Of course, with the help of the workers, not by us. Yeah. But because we are sometimes we work, we have some other business. Yeah. So it's already clean. It's like 1 hectare area. Yeah. Now it's already clean, but maybe there's still kind of a stone or something. But then we try to make kind of invitation via social media, via Twitter, via Facebook, for every citizen in Jakarta and surrounded to attend to attend our event, yeah, about urban farming. And then surprisingly, I mean, kind of like 100 something people attend this visit for this, and then it's just really great. So with the only bottom up approach, and then become green like this, it's only kangkung or water spinach, yeah. And then yeah, this is the expression of urban people when they when they harvest it. So fun, enjoy for urban people, and then take a picture, everything's fun. But that's okay. I mean, it's good for the beginning. And then this movement become viral because of social media only, yeah. Twitter, Facebook. There's no Instagram at that time. Yeah, that's from Jakarta. And then Bandung. Our friends from Bandung also follow us. Bogor, Madiun, Samarinda. They have their own community garden and their own movement in Semarang, Makassar, Medan, Bali, and Jogja, Surabaya as well. And nowadays, Indonesia Berkebun already like spread at 51 networks throughout Indonesia, yeah, from Aceh, yeah, in the west, to Papua, yeah, in the city of Fakfak, and most of it is in Java and Sumatra. Consists of 40 cities and 11 campuses throughout Indonesia. So actually, we only have we only I mean we have like, we call it 3E concept: ecology, economy, education. Ecologically, to bring back soil fertility and save the environment. So we can see the transformation. Yeah, this is Spring Hills in December 2010. The land is still like kind of damaged or something, and dirtier and everything. And it's January 2011, and April we already harvested. So we can transform it actually less than 3 months. We can transfer less than 3 months economically to create sustainable city food supply and food security. Yeah, this is the main point. Actually, food security is actually it's a long-term vision, and education educationally, to create public awareness to love the environment, especially the next generations. Actually, for our generation that live right now, yeah, from if we take aside the pandemic situation, yeah, from Indonesia, and I think other developed country, actually, we can get the food easily. You can go to the warung or the small kiosk, yeah. You can get the food, or the cafe or something. But I think we have to think longer term of visions. How about maybe our children is still okay, but how about our grandchildren or great grandchildren's? I mean, if the humans, the population already like crowded, and then people all live in the cities, and there is no farmers. I mean, the farmers already like decreased. How can they get the food sources? So that's, we think right now. I mean, we have to also try to influence them to love the environment, and then try to grow their own food. Yeah. And then we have kind of semi-professional kind of academy. Yeah? We call it Academy Berkebun, or Gardening Academy. Every 2 months, this is before pandemic, yeah. But now in pandemic we use kind of online education, with fun education like this in the class, and then in the afternoon they can go to the community garden, and then this is what the fun experience for them, yeah, for urban people. Just take picture and everything, then they post it to social media, and then become viral. That's it. For the kids, it's good for botanical study outside the classroom, yeah. So maybe they can just directly have a kind of direct experience here with the soil, yeah, with the plants and everything, with the fruits, yeah, and then this watering like that, and then harvest it, and this actually is fun for them, yeah. And then places to play in nature, yeah, for kid, just get dirty and then play. It's okay. And usually you also get a fresh and organic food from the garden, yeah. Sometimes this kind of local wisdom, or yeah, a traditional food that, for myself, maybe I don't know the name, but this is really good and really healthy, and because it's organic, not organic, but actually we do not use pesticide, yeah. So it's kind of more, is healthier, yeah. And we sometimes we also collaborate with some CSR program from big company, yeah, from big company, and then make kind of community empowerment with the low income people in the kampung or center. So I mean, yeah, they can grow from pot or poly bag. Actually, simple idea, yeah. And in the spatial way, actually it can be a new alternative public space by online community. So people can go in the weekend into our community garden, yeah. Take their family, take their couple or boyfriend or girlfriend or something, take a picture and everything. But I think this is a new alternative public space, even though it's just temporary, yeah. Because yeah, maybe because now, for example, in the Spring Hill, we don't have this community garden anymore there, because they already been built a hotel right now. But then we move to other space. So this is what Dr. Nimal also said, that we are awarded by Google in 2011. It's called the category is Web Heroes, and this is Pak Ridwan Kamil, still there before he was the governor in West Java. Yeah, and we also have like a 5 times conference, yeah, kind of a gathering from all of part of Indonesia, 5 times between 2011 and 2018. And then in our first conference is also attended by Pak Joko Widodo. That moment he just he's a mayor of Solo, because located in Solo, and now is currently the president of our country, of Indonesia. And this international recognition, some of the recognition, this from World Summit Youth Award, yeah. We got winner in the Go Green category, yeah, with other initiative. I think this is some of this is from China and other place, yeah. And we got invited to Sao Paulo, Brazil that time. We already published a book. It's called urban farming in the Indonesia Berkebun way, something like that. And yeah, we can get it. You can get it online, but unfortunately, it's in Bahasa Indonesia. So that's actually the initiative of our movement. But then in my side, actually, that's just kind of extracurricular, I mean non-profit community, and well, that's yeah, not my, of course, not my professional job. So I'm still practicing as an architect. But then I try in my practice, in my professional, I try to, of course, because I got influence from those kind of people that love environment, that know about gardening and etc. Then I try to practice it, to combine, realize it also in my design. So when urban farming coalesces with architectural design, I think now it's already been throughout the world. Yeah, there's from many architects from all around the world. Yeah. So when the concept of urban farming in architectural objects aims to introduce a healthy lifestyle by growing food plants such as vegetables, medicines, fruits, so that the plants planted are not only ornamental or decorative plants, which functions as aesthetics, but also some productive plants towards food security, starting at the family's level or small scale. Yeah. We can see here some works, some of the works. I will show you some of the works from the other world architects. Yeah, this is by Fotrongya Architects. It's in a kindergarten, a farming kindergarten. This is really nice and got many achievement and awards. Yeah, in Vietnam. Then they put it the rooftop farming above the building. Yeah, and this is really inspiring for me, I think. This is the newest one. Yeah, I think the first one is from land process in Thammasat University rooftop farm. Yeah, in Tambon Klong Nung in Thailand. This is really great. The building also quite great, and then how they design the landscape. Yeah, with this, with the step and ramp and everything. This is really nice. And then I think the university staff or the students also can harvest it, also can maintain the plants over there. Really nice. This is also quite famous. Yeah, we can see some in some article, infographic, or video graphic. Yeah, it's Pasona office in Tokyo, Japan, by Kono Designs. Yeah, they can plant it in indoor. It's really nice, of course, with with some technology and grow light and everything. It's really nice. This is also in Shenzhen in China, value farm by Thomas Chung. Actually, this is not in the building, but in the soil level or floor level. But they design it quite nicely, not monotone or plain. Yeah, with the step like this, and it's really nice. And they can also take a picture there, and some of them also make a wedding photography or something. Yeah. I think Singaporean already knows, Dr. Nirmal and Professor Swina already knows about this. Kutek Pat Hospital in Singapore is quite famous as well. In the rooftop of the and also in the courtyard of the building is really designed with the farming area, something like this. So the area of planting productive plant is also not only located at the level of the soil level, but can also be applied in the rooftop area or can be arranged vertically using the verticulture method, vertical garden, and other planting technique methods such as hydroponics, aquaponics, aeroponics, and etc. So later on, I will share my some of my projects from small scale to the kind of bigger scale. Yeah. Because in the beginning, actually, honestly, I got clients from the community, from Indonesia Berkebun community. So, well, I think that's the benefit. If we join some community, then we can, of course, we can get client. Yeah? So by presenting our concept and works, it is offered as an alternative in anticipating this issue. For example, the application of green buildings combined with the concept of urban farming or urban agriculture. This concept not only offers beauty from an aesthetic point of view and micro temperature conditioning, but also provides added value by utilizing plants that can be harvested and consumed by the owners and users of the building. So the first one is Beranda Home in Jakarta, Indonesia. This house actually is a combination between the private house. Yeah, this is the private house of the owner, and also the boarding house owned by the owner as well. So so that they have two functions. Yeah. So this concept of green architecture is integrated with urban farming in this boarding house located in the Cipete area, Jakarta, Indonesia. This house not only offers aesthetic beauty and microclimate conditioning, but it also has the added value of using plants that can be consumed by its owner and users. So this is just messing development. So the red one actually is for private, yeah, private space for the owners, and then the yellow one is for the boarding house. They just try to divide the modules, and then yeah, make kind of improvisation of the facade or something. And then this is the green area. So the green area is not only the in the ground level, but also on the rooftop. Yeah, you can see the plants like this. This is the module of the boarding house. Yeah, it's already include toilet and bathroom. Yeah, it's not. It's quite compact actually. And this is the private owner space. Yeah, three stories. They have three stories. And for the third floor, or above this this roof, we use also for the rooftop farming here. So by implementing wide openings like this, and then skylight in each room, they get skylight there, yeah, and holes for cross ventilation here. This building lets sunlight, yeah, sunlight sunlight in and natural air to pass through. Vegetation covers, yeah, most of the building facade, filtering the air that enters the building. So the use of natural and raw materials such as natural wood like this, unpainted wall, yeah, floor hardener for the floor, and raw and rusty metal for door and window frames, yeah, creates kind of a down-to-earth impression of an oasis in the middle of Jakarta's urban atmosphere. Moreover, the concept of urban farming and residential on a residence scale introduce healthy lifestyle by cultivating edible plants instead of only planting decorative one that can be harvested. Yeah? Also enhancing food security from family level. So this is the floor hardener. We use floor hardener. Everything is kind of a raw material. Yeah. So this is the rooftop farming area. Yeah. And thank God that actually this building already got a nominee for the Art Daily Building of the Year in 2019. Yeah, well, we didn't get we didn't win, but this is quite promising for us. Yeah, and this is the second one. I call it Food Self-Sufficiency House in Tangsel or Tangerang Selatan in Indonesia. Within the residential projects located in the area of BSD or Bumi Serpong Damai, Tangsel, we are trying to raise the issue of food security by implementing the concept of urban farming on a family scale. Green open space is located around the building that functions. They function as a water catchment area and a place for growing crops that can be harvested directly by the owner. In addition, not attaching the building with the neighboring units will allow air and wind flows through the building, which is also designed with voids, a wide opening and separation of the two building masses. So gardening areas for the owner not only lie on the ground floor here, yeah, but are also located across the rooftop area in the rear building mass, and in some spots that are arranged vertically, yeah, like this, either by using verticulture system or vertical garden. So there's also a ramp, yeah, from ground floor that links directly to the rooftop garden area for guests or friends who want to visit the owner's garden. So this is just the schematic of the elevation. And yeah, this is the diagram of the planting spots. Yeah, so this is vertical garden combined with the verticulture methods, yeah, with the RAM and everything. So this rooftop garden, actually we use kind of container. It's different with previous work. Yeah, we use container, so we put all soils over there, yeah, to the rooftop. Yeah. And there is we combine not only, of course, not only decorative plants, but also the productive plants, yeah, with the grass and everything. So this already finished in 2016, I think, 2016, 17. Yeah, this is the ramp. Yeah, between the ramp there is a vertical garden here. This is just the interior. Yeah, it's more we call it more feminine, yeah, than the previous one. So this with the wide opening, so lets the sun through in, but it will be filtered by the vertical garden. Yeah. This is the a dining area with the skylight through the rooftop garden here. This is the kitchen, and this is the this is the rooftop garden right now, and the gazebo. This is the ramp. Yeah, this is the verticulture method here. Yeah, some transition area because it's it actually there are two building mass. Yeah, so it's separated by a big pond for koi fish like this. There is a bridge here. The circulation of ramp. Yeah, and this also got some nominee. It's actually still ongoing. Yeah, for the EI Jakarta Awards, Indonesian Architects Institution. Yeah, for the private house in medium scale. Yeah, it's still ongoing. And well, this is the third works, Rumah Riung. I call it Rumah Riung. Riung means gather, yeah, or ngariung in Javanese or Betawinis language. Ngariung means gather. So it is located in South Jakarta area. This dwelling has a land area is about like 300 square meters. It serves as a social space for surrounding residents in the city village. It's located in Kampung Kota, yeah, where a small portion of the land here is allocated for the semi public area functions such as amphitheater, public library here, and the stage performance. So there are three building masses with different functions and impressions. One of them used a waste container, yeah, a container that functioned as a working studio for the owner, creating a distinctive atmosphere around the residence. In addition, there is an altitude difference on the floor among the masses of the building by splitting the levels. Yeah, there's a split level there. So it serves as a social space for surrounding residents of the in the village, especially children. Yeah, here, this is in ground floor plan, where a small portion of the land in front of area of the house is located for the semi-public area functions. Yeah, here. So this is a split level here. And the majority of the building material used is natural, including unpainted walls as well, exposed cement, steel frames, and recycled materials such as this facade. I use scrap or waste, yeah, thick wood for the building facades. Crops such as vegetables are planted also on the rooftop of the building masses and in some vertical spots like this, based on the application of the open farming concept. Well, actually, still in the process. Yeah, still under construction. Hopefully, this year it will be finished. Yeah. So this project also has been presented to the public and responded by other architects. It shows this image. It shows the making process and current progress of the building. And construction workers also doing the craftsmanship. Yeah. This is the like what I said about the scrap thick wood or waste thick wood. Yeah. Craftsmanship from the workers. They put it randomly, yeah, for the some second facade layer, wall, and fence like this. Okay, this is quite big project. Actually, it's a public park, yeah, in Rotan, north of Jakarta, around, I think, around 1.1 hectare. Yeah, as we know, Jakarta's rapid transformation into the metropolitan city it is today has come at the expense of green spaces, which are few and far between in the sprawling urban jungle. Despite the limited space, architects are committed to accommodating the needs of its residents, which is the most important thing to consider in designing public spaces, as they will be the regular users of the facilities. So the program of TMB, or Taman Maju Bersama, or it's called, or in English like Move Forward Together, uses a bottom-up method inclusively through several FGDs. So where the aspirations and needs of local residents are accommodated and then translated into designs until finally built. So this 1 hectare park located at the edge of the northeast Jakarta and an existing vast rice field. So surrounded there is a rice field, and some of the space also a rice field that will keep remained and become also an educational facility for urban residents by using kind of elevated deck on it. So the residents of Rorotan, uh, but also the residents of Rorotan also asked for spot of urban farming. Yeah, and then futsal fields, children playground here, and also some shelter for residents. So this is the urban farming spot. Actually, we designed here as a request from the citizens surrounded. Yeah, so they can plant here later. And this is the futsal fields. This is the shelter and the amphitheater. Actually, it's already finished, but because of the pandemic, it's still not open yet. It's not operated yet. But we can, I already took a picture, some of it. Yeah. So the gardener already plants some plants there, here, with the sunflower and everything. Yeah. And actually, maybe I cannot share all of my projects, but most of the, not all, yeah, most of our project, actually, we try to combine that urban farming with the green architecture, something like that. For example, this is the small house here. Yeah, we name it Split and Sloping Garden House in Bali, Indonesia. Only like 100 square meters, but the owner wants to have a garden, so we use verticulture method here. Yeah, and we also involved in a public space as well, from our previous governor. It's called RPETRA, yeah, or Ruang Publik Terpadu Ramah Anak, or in English like Children Friendly Integrated Public Space. We designed 40 locations in Jakarta, Indonesia. So it's more top down, yeah, top down method. It's different with the my previous work is more top down method. But in the program, in the guideline of the program, it's already include spot for urban farming. So this is a spot for urban farming, and now there's already like 200, I think 200, almost 300 locations in Jakarta. So I'm quite happy that with this RPETRA, with this program, there are already like more than 200 urban farming spots, yeah, inside of the RPETRA. And for the guest house as well, it's in Jogja. Actually, it's still in the for the building permit, yeah, process, yeah, for that. And this hotel also want to have some rooftop farming, yeah, and also co-working space there and everything. And for commercial as well, there is a restaurant, actually culinary and restaurant hub in Puncak, in Indonesia. So we use the rooftop method, yeah, in the top of the building. So this is for urban farming as well in some space. It's still ongoing as well. Yeah, perhaps it will works. So in the end of my presentation, I just try to explain about impact and messages. So from this, we can, of course, we can produce food from our garden and get fresher, healthier vegetables without chemical material or pesticides. Yeah, actually, this picture took by the owner from my second project I saw you before. So this is the testimony from the because actually she is also kind of public figure in agriculture fields. Yeah, so of course she likes to gardening, and then yeah, took a picture as well. So she said, yeah, she doesn't have to shop every day to to afford their family needs. Yeah, her family needs. So almost every day she can harvest it and cook it. Of course, it's fresh because with the pesticide. Yeah, yeah. So all these pictures is from her garden. Yeah, you can see this, she wrote beautiful harvest and cooking from my yard. I hope you are having some great activities. Yeah, so we can have our own food sources from our own garden. Yeah, and then this also the thing that I just realized. Yeah, but I think because I used to work with Ken Young before in the beginning of 2000s, and when I saw his presentation as well, his lecture, that actually it can bring back and enrich the ecosystem to the site. Yeah, and let nature find its balance again. These also the pictures from my clients. Yeah, this is Ibu Ida Amal. Yeah, because she likes to take a picture. I mean macro photography as well. So you can see there is a butterfly, there is a bee, there is a worm, caterpillar, and everything from their own house. So sometimes architects just don't think about this, right? Just okay, just build and construct everywhere. But then when it finished, so actually we just get this animal, this insect away. But then if you want to cover it with the green, with the garden, everything, of course they will come back again. So let nature find its balance again. Yeah, social space. Yeah, with the urban farming space, allocating personal space into a place to interact, learn together, and experience firsthand about healthy lifestyle. Yeah, like this, and also they experience about the architecture. Yeah, like this. This is actually the same place. Yeah, in the Tangsel. Yeah, my second project that I saw. Yeah, so from students of the university, and this one is from kids, homeschool kids. They also visit this project. Yeah, and some other students and our community as well. Media publicity, of course, will be spread messages and information about healthy living, food security, and architecture to a wider community. Yeah, thank God that some of my projects already been exposed by some media, not only architecture media, but also mainstream media. Yeah, with the Kompas. Yeah, in Indonesia, Kompas is I think #1 newspaper in Indonesia. It's also some yeah. This is also from Metro TV that covers my projects last year about the pandemic. So they say many people try to garden or grow their own food in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah. Internationally, it's also covered by Channel News Asia (CNA), yeah, for the programs Edible Wild. So they also cover my projects here. An exhibition as well. Yeah, self-actualization culture to introduce architecture to the public, both locally and internationally. This project already been exhibited in Seoul, South Korea in 2017, and yeah, I also explained to my ex-boss, yeah, Dr. Kenyan. So this is the evaluation and reflections. Yeah. So this is the issue in Indonesia, but I think in some developing countries as well. Yeah, that sometimes they still think that the technology is really expensive about the green architecture and everything. Yeah, and then the lack of education and media campaign, and also the mentality, not only the owner but also the architects and also other stakeholders, the contractors, uh, 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 suppliers, and everything. Sometimes the mentality, yeah, and the regulation itself is not really clear. The guideline itself not really clear. I believe in Singapore there's quite strong. Yeah, what I heard, what I experienced also, and Singapore is quite strong. That I heard that if your building got some yeah good certification from the Green Building Council of Singapore, they can get tax initiative. Yeah, sorry, tax incentive. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that. But in Indonesia, there's still no quite firm regulation about that. So people just think, what should I? Why should I do my building become green like that? So just it's only for pride. It's only for yeah, for for news, for good value, something like that. But there's the point is not there. Yeah. And then if we try to relate it with this condition right now, home gardening is as an option for food security solution during and post COVID-19. You can see some, I think every article around the world, yeah, not only Indonesia, from Reuters, for example, home gardening blooms around the world during coronavirus lockdowns, because people cannot do anything. But yeah, because of this lockdown, and then they just can't go freely anywhere. They cannot go to the market. They cannot go to the shopping mall to buy a vegetable or something. Yeah, of course they can buy it online. Yeah, but maybe some of the people just creatively think that maybe I can grow my own food, by myself like that. So they just start gardening, and this is really good moment, I think. Yeah, urbanites find solace in urban farming amid COVID-19 quarantine. Yeah, and then this is one of my friend from Indonesia Berkebun also got invitation from the COVID-19 special kind of special task force in Indonesia. So we do the press conference about gardening, yeah, in the middle of COVID-19. And there is also phenomenon that many countries lock down their country, also hold their own food during COVID-19. Of course, yeah, like this, as borders hardened during pandemic, some countries look to hold on their own food. Yeah, COVID-19 and food security in vulnerable countries. Yeah, so like for example, Vietnam and India try to abandon their food export. Yeah, and then this is Corona make some country, many countries, yeah, not to export their food. So is it kind of solution? Yeah, we can discuss later. Yeah. And then from the Green Building Council of Indonesia, the landscape area for food productive crops is already been assessed. Yeah, so it's called GBCE, or GBCI, Green Building Council Indonesia, is conducting an assessment to include landscape area for food productive crops as one of the rating points. Yeah, in the this is appropriate site development, or SD category. It's said by Paiwan Priyanto, the chairman of GBCE. So the building that has kind of urban farming area, maybe they will get a point, yeah, for this rating. So this is maybe the last one. We can reflect this, yeah, bringing and introducing architecture, especially architecture which can fulfill part of its food needs independently to the wider community, and then inviting people to start having awareness, for of healthy living, especially on the issue of food security from family scale, and can be integrated with the compact architectural design, and then inspire and invite people and communities to help create and be environmental stewards. Yeah, social space, like I said, allocating personal space to become a place to interact, learn together, and of course experience firsthand a healthy lifestyle, and experience space in an architectural object, and then returning back and also enriching the habitat of the ecosystem to the site that was temporarily evicted, yeah, due to the construction phase of the building, and let nature find its balance again. And also, like in the last slide, the landscape of productive food crops has been included in the assessment for green building rating points in the ASD, appropriate site development category, by GBCI, so that in the future, it is hoped that all the building will also have its own food security. And the last one, this initial process actually already bring this issue into the realm of academic research, is related to the efficiency and effectiveness of land allocation and nutrients for productive crops in a building. Well, currently we have collaborated with Tarumanegara University with the lecturer Priscilla Epifania for the food and architecture program. Tarumanegara University have kind of programs called food and architecture there, and also with Universitas Atmajaya Yogyakarta (UAJY) with Professor Prasasto Satwiko for the study of agri-farm architecture. And yeah, perhaps we can, because there is a plan to make some kind of research book for this. Well, this is my last presentation. I just take it from the Indian, Native American Indian proverb in Seattle. Yeah. Actually, we did not inherit the earth from our ancestors. Well, we borrow it actually from our children. Thank you very much for your time.